Hello everyone, this is your boy Saxman. Here's another story of Saxman news. Breaking news. Democratic voters know nothing about Joe Biden. Steve Harvey has lost his mind. And Nancy Pelosi is a hypocrite. Stay tuned, watch this.
You don't like Trump, but you can't. Are you going to vote for Joe Biden?
Yeah.
But you can't name any of his policy positions.
Not right now because I'm under the influence.
Who is the Democratic nominee for this election cycle?
Wait, isn't that like the other president
Bill
who's running?
Clinton. Wait, no.
What's his name? The one with the Alzheimer's.
You leaning any which way? It's coming up.
It is coming up. I'm gonna have to go Democratic, you know.
But you don't know anything about Joe Biden?
That's true, I don't. But
Why would you vote for him?
if I'm gonna be honest with you, my mom just really doesn't like Donald Trump.
Do you guys know who the Democratic nominee is for this election cycle?
Oh, that's
It's
easy.
a female.
Kanye West. Yes, sir. I see you, Yeezy. You know what I mean? You know what's going on. I love you, I need some Yeezys.
No, he's part of the birthday party.
Right.
I'm talking about the Democratic Party.
Oh, that's different.
It's a female,
Who is she?
but I don't know her name.
The female that's the Democratic nominee.
Right, and she's like Spanish.
It's not Kim Kardashian.
Who's the Democratic nominee? Do I have a bug on my face? You don't know who he is? It's a boy. He has white hair. First name starts with a J. Rhymes with Bo.
Joe Biden?
Biden.
Biden.
There you go. Do you guys know who the Democratic nominee is for this election cycle?
Biden.
Biden? Okay. Can you...
Oh, well, news to me.
Yeah, it's Joe Biden. Do you know who he picked for VP?
Nope.
Not a clue.
He hasn't picked one yet, has he?
Yes.
Oh, he has? No, I have no clue.
Kamala Harris.
No idea.
Who is the Democratic nominee for this election cycle?
Wait, isn't that like the other president
Bill
who's running?
Clinton. Wait, no.
What's his name? The one with the Alzheimer's. What? I just remember him passing out in the middle of a speech and not knowing where he was. And that's why my family isn't voting for him. Because you want someone in the presidency where he's just going to be sitting there giving a speech and then he literally passes out. That's basically voting for the vice president because he's going to pass away soon. God bless. Rest in peace.
Who is the Democratic nominee?
Joe Biden
Okay.
and Kamala Harris.
Okay. Can you name 3 of his policy positions?
He will definitely help on damn it, I'm stuck.
Since you know who it is, can you name 3 things that he believes in?
I couldn't even tell you his middle name, so I have no idea.
Can you name 3 of Joe Biden's policy positions? What does he believe in?
You got me there.
You're not even gonna try?
No. I don't know none.
You know anything?
Brush your teeth in less than 10 seconds with this revolutionary toothbrush. It was created by
I don't know about him at all.
I know nothing.
No, nothing.
I'm not very into politics at all
But you hate Trump.
whatsoever. I do not hate him.
You don't like him.
I do not necessarily like his personality.
Okay. Okay. You don't like Trump at all.
No, he grabs people by the...
Does
He
he?
don't even say he's sorry for it. He said it out of his mouth.
What if the girls liked it? What if he doesn't need to apologize?
He needs to apologize.
What if they liked it?
No, they don't like it.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, hello.
Did he grab you?
Hell no, I don't want him to grab me.
So it's not a woman, it's Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. We said him earlier.
All right, yeah, you said him earlier. That's what's confusing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't good at your questions. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. All right, last question. Can you name anything at all Joe Biden believes in?
Getting more jobs for Americans?
No. No, no, no. That's Trump.
Taxing Americans.
Taxing Americans. Yes, he does believe in that. Is that a good thing?
Nevada.
So you don't like Trump, but you can't. Are you going to vote for Joe Biden?
Yeah.
But you can't name any of his policy positions.
Not right now because I'm under the influence.
Who is the Democratic nominee?
Joe Biden.
Yes. Who is the VP pick of his?
Ooh, that lady, she just got, dude.
I heard hella people talking about her. I forget her name.
No, she just got this job, bro. I don't know her name, though. I don't know her name.
I know who, oh man. There's actually no way I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah,
I just
I don't know
remember
her
a bunch of times.
Yeah. You know who the VP pick is?
Can't think of it off.
I can't think of a name.
I know that I saw it all over the news.
Yeah, well, if you mispronounce it, you're racist. Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Kamala Harris. Ring a bell?
Yes.
I looked at
Actually,
different name.
Definitely not. No.
You were thinking of a different
I'm
lady.
gonna be honest, yeah.
Okay.
Those two.
I don't know. That's not her. No.
Do any of you guys know who the Democratic nominee is for this election cycle? Joe Biden. Okay, I'm just gonna go down. Name one policy position that he holds.
I don't even know what that means.
What's he believe in? What does he want to enact?
Oh, yeah.
What concrete policies do you know of his?
Pass, yeah.
Pass.
Got it. Not don't.
No. Don't forget, guys, for uncut and behind-the-scenes footage, you can go to libertyhangout.tv. It's a good time to figure out how we do things here, what it looks like as we're trying to film these incredible interactions. libertyhangout.tv. It's a good time. Okay, so along with Joe Biden, can you name 3 things that he stands for, 3 of his policies?
Man, I don't know nothing about politics. 3 of his policies. I don't. No. I don't.
I don't think anybody does. I don't know anything about the dude. He doesn't get a lot of airtime because he can't form complete sentences. So, since you guys are at voting age, you should be able to tell me 3 policy positions of the Democratic nominee, Joe Biden.
Oh, I don't think I know. I thought I did.
Do you know anything about what he believes in?
Say it one more time.
Joe Biden, do you know anything about what he believes in?
To be honest, no.
Not Donald Trump.
No. Joe Biden complete.
Commercial!
Puzzle solved.
Go away.
Yeah, that's true.
Who is the Democratic nominee for this election cycle?
That one's easy. Isn't that Biden and Harris or Harris, something like that? Right?
and Harris.
The girl, yeah.
All right, can you name 3 of Joe Biden's policy positions?
Oh, no, you got me there.
I
Whatever.
don't do politics, I do football.
Yeah.
Politics, I don't know.
You don't know any of his positions?
None of his positions.
Do you know any of Trump's positions?
Tampoco.
Neither.
Come on, you can think of the wall, immigration.
Oh, yeah, the wall, immigration, the economy, drop taxes.
Yeah. Okay, now that you know what I'm talking about, do you know any of Joe Biden's?
Nope.
Joe Biden's. No, just make America good again. That's Trump's. See? But no, not really.
No.
It's like these days you don't even know.
Can you name 3 of Joe Biden's policy positions?
No. What has he done?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, 47 years?
I don't know. You leaning any which way? It's coming up.
It is coming up. We'll have to go Democratic, you know.
But you don't know anything about Joe Biden?
That's true, I don't. But
Why would you vote for him?
if I'm gonna be honest with you, my mom, you know, she listens to a lot of politics, so she really doesn't like Donald Trump, but I still go with, you know, follow my mom. But I'm gonna be honest.
I would encourage you to look at everything. Yeah, you already know what I'm about to say, don't you? You sure do. I love Donald Trump. I sure do. Do your own research. Your mom, I love her. I love your mom. I truly do. I think she's a great lady. She doesn't know everything, though. Even if she's voting for Joe Biden, she certainly doesn't know everything. Can you name 3 things that Joe Biden believes in or any policy he wants to implement? Can you name 3 of them?
Gun control. He definitely doesn't like freedom of speech. I can pretty much guarantee that. And he just doesn't like, probably freedom of religion, I would think. Everyone says he's a devout Catholic, but I can only imagine that Catholics would support abortion. That doesn't make much sense to me.
Can you name 3 things that Joe Biden believes in or policies that he supports?
I want to say I think one of them is immigration. That's a real good question. That's a real good.
Do you want to be more involved with China?
Trade, yeah. That is interesting. I have no.
Why do you think it's so hard to come up with anything that he believes in?
Probably because it's a bunch of. I just think it's a lot of flip flopping going on with the election. I mean, even on both sides, and it's a lot of. It's not a real good understanding of what these candidates are actually standing for. Yeah.
It's just that kid the other day that was supporting him and saying that he helped him with his speech impediment and everything. It's like, if you got Joe Biden helping you with a speech impediment, I'm kind of concerned. That doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's just it's kind of bizarre, actually.
Can you name one policy position that Joe Biden holds? What does he believe in? Do you know?
I pass. I'm pass too because I ain't want to vote for his ass.
I want to say funding more military funding. I think I heard that.
You believe in abortion?
You believe in abortion?
Legalizing weed?
Legalizing weed. That's two.
Calling all creatures! Commercials! Go away!
Well, it's funny he wants to legalize weed when his VP pick, Kamala Harris, threw all kinds of people in jail for weed and then laughed about smoking it herself. Yeah. Can you name 3 of Joe Biden's policy positions?
3 of his policy positions? No idea.
None?
No idea. He was in the Senate?
Do you know anything that he believes in? Like, what are his policy positions? What does he believe in?
Oh, okay. He believes in the Green New Deal. Yeah, he has support for that. He has support for gun control. And he has support for raising taxes, which he was very clear on.
He was very clear. He's very clear on an assault weapons ban as well. He's going to do it. You excited for that?
No, absolutely not.
You going to give up your guns?
Absolutely not, no.
All right, Joe Biden, you heard it here. This guy knows all about you, and he's not feeling it. It's a no for him.
I just turned 18, and this is my first election I'm going to be voting in, and I'm going to be voting for Trump 2020. That was just the Jeep that just drove by, and I screamed Trump 2020, yeah.
We were afraid you were going to wreck.
No. So, yeah, I just had a Trump flag on the back of my Jeep a couple days ago, and I got my first flick off in downtown St. Pete, so I was just like...
It's powerful, isn't it? It's empowering.
Yeah. I was extremely proud when I got that flick off, so...
All right, so... Why are you so excited to vote for Donald Trump?
I really like being able to own a weapon. I really like our First Amendment, and I want all of our rights and values to be upheld this election. And I feel like Trump's our best bet at that.
What's something he's done over the past 4 years that you're really proud of him for, or that you can remember thinking, I really like that Trump did this?
The economy, by far. The economy has been the best that it's ever been. And, anyone that tries to discredit that is extremely wrong.
I feel like I know who you are.
I know who you are. Guess, huh? When we went to school together.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. All right.
I'm assuming you all are Republicans and Trump supporters.
I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative, though. So traditional conservatism, These guys over here.
That's what I tell everybody.
Security.
I'm a conservative.
She's the biggest security guard I got.
You're not being attacked or anything, right?
Oh, all the time. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's what these guys are here for. Yeah.
I mean, I tell people, vote your interests. I mean, that's the key. Everyone gets up there and say all these different things, but you need to find out what the specifics are, the details of it, and go from there. And a lot of people just vote off emotions.
Yeah, they
and that's part of the problem.
They sure do. So in every video, I've been urging you guys to go to CaitlinBennett.org. You have to get your pro-Trump merch from there. Go out and wear it loud and proud. We cannot be the silent majority any longer. We have to publicly support him and not be afraid of these crazies out there on the street.
Right.
CaitlinBennett.org. Support my work. There's a raindrop in my eye. Go to CaitlinBennett.org right now. Go.
Steve Harvey. Why? I used to love your stuff. I used to love what you do. You're funny. You're entertaining. You're a stand-up dude in the black community. What are you doing? Why are you going down the path of Trump derangement syndrome? What is it, bro? Why are you sitting here saying that Donald Trump is trying to return America back to slavery? You know better than that, Steve. You old enough to have perspective. If y'all haven't heard of this, he went on his show and said Trump is trying to return us back to slavery. Listen to the clip.
And you can't give Republicans credit for freeing slaves when you look at what this Republican president is doing to bring it back. Hell, what do people think he means when he says, make America great again? I'm not saying he's bringing back slavery, but at what part in American history do black people want to go back to where it was great again?
And then he goes on to criticize Terrence Williams, who went to the White House for the Young Black Leadership Summit again this year and was able to speak in front of the podium, on behalf of the young black people that were there, and right in front of the president. And the president invited him on, said a lot of positive things about him. And Steve Harvey's talking trash because Terrence Williams said that Donald Trump has done a lot of great things for us and we love him. And when they attack him, they're attacking us. And Steve want to criticize him. But before I even get into what Steve said, and before I rip Steve real quick, I want y'all to hear how Steve reacted when people criticized him for being at the White House.
Oh, y'all. Y'all did your boy. It wasn't white folk, it was y'all. The sheer misery for making that decision. I've been so many coons, Uncle Tom, sellouts. I was stunned. I mean, the brutality of what happened to me on social media behind visiting that man in Trump Towers, it was alarming.
Why the double standard? Why you have to be this way? And the reason I'm making this video like this, because I'm genuinely feeling some type of way. Steve, why are you buying into this? When was America ever great? Brother, America was great at the inception of the Constitution. How do you not see that? That document has provided us the ability to have amendments to it that will allow black people to not be slaves, to be citizens, and have the right to vote. Women's rights. I mean, everything you can name falls under the umbrella of a document, the greatest document ever created, that has given us the freedom and flexibility to be the greatest nation on earth. I like to make an analogy. When was an apple tree an apple tree? An apple tree has always been an apple tree. Even when there was a seed in the ground and nobody could see the success of it, it was always an apple tree. This country has always been great. It's only a matter of time before it actually comes to fruition. When was Steve Harvey great? Steve Harvey probably had always been great. But it took time for him to have a platform, for him to be exposed, for people to actually see his greatness, for some life changes to happen for Steve Harvey. I know he didn't always be the way he is now. He had to grow, had to mature. How do we not understand that? One more thing. Listen, man, Donald Trump has done a lot of great things for black people. Let's start with historically black colleges, HBCUs. He's given way more money than the first black president even gave us. I think Donald Trump has given more money to HBCUs than any other president in recent history. Now, let's move on to the First Step Act. The First Step Act, huge relief for black people who were probably spending way too much time in prison because of Bill Clinton in the 94 crime bill. Instead of getting 3 strikes to life, you get 3 strikes 25. Some of these people, for good behavior, and if they pass the recidivism reduction training and they're proficient, give them opportunities to get jobs, they can come out of prison and do well. That's what the First Step Act is for. These people are getting out and having opportunities. That's something that, did Obama do that? What Democrat has done anything like that for black folks? Nobody. Urban revitalization, the Revitalization Coalition. You know, people suggest, and I say economists suggest that there's going to be over $100 billion invested into these revitalized areas. Black revitalized areas, urban areas. Come on, man. That's significantly impactful. And let me say this. I got another clip of what Steve Harvey said something that he wanted to do, and that the president gave him credence to do. He worked with Ben Carson. Look at the video.
I'd like to build vision homes around it to help support these communities so we have wonderful communities. I want people who are less fortunate to have a better way of life. He said, I like that. Let me get Ben Carson on the phone right now. I kid you not. In 2 minutes, he had Ben Carson on the phone. He put Ben Carson on the phone, and he and I started talking, and I introduced the concept to him of vision homes right there in the office. He said it's a done deal.
So you talking big crazy about Trump, but you asked Trump to put you in contact with Ben Carson to achieve an agenda that you had for the black community, and he said yes. And you gonna walk around and say that Trump ain't done nothing for the black community? Steve Harvey, come on, bro. Come on. Why do people gotta be so fake? You know better than this, Steve. I mean, y'all seen all the evidence, compelling evidence that would suggest that Steve Harvey is being disingenuous and he's going off the reservation. Brother, I showed the crowd everything about what you're saying is hypocritical. You need to come to Jesus and wake up. Man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, bookmark the channel. Make sure you go to visit the Austin Tatum store. Y'all know what it is. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.
Remember all those righteous types going after Trump for not wearing a mask? But he's a role model, they scream. He's killing people. Of course, away from the cameras, they were doing something else. That's the difference between Trump and politicians. With Trump, what you see is what you get. The others, well, they're politicians. Like Nancy, caught at a hair salon Monday, despite laws keeping them closed for the public. This is the same Nancy who said this.
The White House, by bringing all those people there, no mask, no distancing, and the rest. He slapped science right in the face. And what a bad example that was.
What a bad example, she should know. Then there's the Philly mayor caught eating inside a Maryland restaurant while his city bans indoor dining. And our beloved New York leaders spotted outside, fresh after lecturing citizens on the rules that they violate. So what's the lesson here? Why do many people seek political power to begin with? It isn't to increase your quality of life, it's to increase theirs by allowing them immunity from the laws they enforce. Being a politician means having that special pass that gets you in front of every Disney ride. It means the best seat in the house, the ability to bump anyone off a flight, to be able to run red lights to get to that gym across town. Environment be damned. If you talk the talk, there's no need to walk the walk. Ask Joe Biden. Politics gets you perks and fame. Look at the entire Clinton brood who expected and got millions after languishing in taxpayer-funded property. And then there are the Obamas, Netflix-sponsored fat cats. So is Trump in this for the money or the perks? Well, he's got that already. So what's he in it for? Did the media ever ask that? No, they were too busy trying to score free tickets to Hamilton. All right, we just got tape of Nancy Pelosi responding to this, I guess you would call it Hairgate. and she, Hairgate. That sounds like a product we would sell about 2 a.m. Hairgates. Anyway, okay. Let's just roll the tape. I'll shut up.
This salon owes me an apology for setting up. It was clearly a setup. I take responsibility for falling for a setup by a neighborhood salon that I've gone to for years.
So, Dana, she's taking responsibility for being screwed over by the salon, which is kind of interesting. I want you to comment on that, but also...
I have to clap for her.
Yeah, it was pretty clever. Is it sexist, Dana? Is it sexist to criticize Nancy over this? Or is it sexist to believe she deserves exemption because of her sex and not criticize it? Very difficult question for you to answer.
I'm just going to criticize it.
Okay.
Whether sexist or not. I have to say, I did not see this one coming.
No.
I did not see this excuse coming. That is absolutely shameless brilliance. Matt Whitlock, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you really got to follow him. He put her press conference just there to the sound of the Veep credits at the end because it really is something that you might see from them. Unbelievable. I do think it's also interesting, like when the way that she goes on, and it was like right after that she gave that interview saying that if the president isn't wearing a mask, he's going to kill people. And look, I think that it also proves that in a way they're just like us.
Yeah.
They want to be better than us, but they're not. That they still got to get their hair cut and they still got to do all of these things. And I think that a lot of the data that's coming in is saying that the lockdowns were not productive. They did not work. And in the meantime, Nancy Pelosi is overseeing a legislative negotiation in which salons like the one that she went to would not get any money in her version of the bill. But she's forcing them to open just for her. And in addition to that, there's like this ruling class notion. I guess that's what you were talking about, right? Like if you're part of the ruling class, then the rules don't apply to you, which is sort of weird and a little bit of I don't know if that's an oxymoron, but it should be.
It's the point of trying to get into the ruling class, so you don't have to abide by the rules that you enforce on others.
Yeah.
I thought I made that clear, Dana, in the monologue, but I'll try better next time. You know, Emily, I often wonder if beauty parlor hair is overrated. Like, so why do we demand women of a certain age to go to a beauty parlor and they're put under these massive machines? I'll show you some of these pictures because these things are quite frightening and intimidating. I don't know where they come from. Who's that guy who keeps walking behind me? But look at this. I find this quite disturbing. Where do you stand on this incredible scandal that is basically breaking the world wide open right now?
Well, look, I am grateful for each and every one of those machines. I'll tell you right now, Greg. These guys have been surfing the hypocritical wave for decades. No one should be surprised. There have always been two sets of rules, right? For those who make the laws and for those who have to follow them. From Chappaquiddick to Bill Clinton to the Slush Fund, from FOIA to OSHA to the Ethics in Government Act of 1978, those rules don't apply to Congress. Those laws don't apply to Congress. It's the reason why the mayor here of Seattle, Jenny Durkin, gets a 24-hour off-duty police security detail while the residents around Chaz go law enforcement free. And why your Mayor de Blasio there in New York rolls in a caravan of SUVs to the gym every day while the rest of you have to comply with environment ethics. I mean, the entire thing is absolutely transparent, and the worst part is that we expect it. Last month, our approval rate of Congress was 21%, and there's a record low of 17%. We talk about privilege in this country and people who have privilege. There is no more privileged group in this country than those entrenched incumbents on the Hill.
Absolutely right. Juan, do you agree with me that Nancy Pelosi should go to jail and serve at least 3 to 5 years for what she's done?
Wow, you know what? You are so kind. I think you're going easy on her, Greg.
Yes.
I mean, to me, I thought, boy, if she walked through that parlor and she was holding a pint of ice cream, that would really have set her off. Remember when she had ice cream on James Corden behind her? The president ran an ad about it, right? He said, "Oh, look, Nancy Pelosi and the elites are eating fancy ice cream." So I think, look, she opened herself to this charge of hypocrisy. By the way, Emily, I think the rich are the ones who are privileged in American society by far. They're the ones who get to the front of the line in Disney, I can tell you. But to my mind, she did, you know, I think a service to right-wing memes and right-wing commentators who want to say, hey, Nancy Pelosi, you are a hypocrite. Now, I will say, you know, she didn't put anybody else at risk. I think that's the best argument. I don't like what she said about the salon. If she's going to be a responsible person, take responsibility. But she didn't put anybody else at risk. And I can't say that about the Republican National...
Commercial!
Love hers.
Get away! Go away! God damn commercial! Damn it!
National convention at the White House. I can't say that about the rally in Tulsa where people got sick and
or
some
the protests,
died. So
the massive protests and the rioting and the looting.
No, because I don't know about people
wearing
died.
masks.
In other words, no politician was leading that. But I will say,
Really?
you know what I want to say? The biggest hypocrisy of the day, I think, goes to Melania Trump, who was found to have been using private email server while at the White House. I think Hillary Clinton's somewhere eating ice cream and laughing.
Yeah, but she didn't acid wash it. I think that's what it was called.
She was a Secretary of State.
Yeah, you know. So Jesse, I realize that you're in a tight spot. On one hand, this is great for Trump and bad for the Democrats. But on the other hand, you're vain, and you understand Nancy.
I do, and I want to talk about that. I want to wade into the whole sexism thing, so if Dana will virtually hold my hand here, I'm about to make some stereotypical announcements. It is true that women are more beautiful than men, and that women, because they're more beautiful, maybe spend more time maintaining their beauty. And that women's hair is longer than men's hair and needs to be maintained more. And as you mature, perhaps you may need to color said hair more often. Now, am I doing okay so far?
No.
Okay. Dana didn't squeeze me.
Yeah.
She didn't squeeze me. Now, as someone that goes on TV almost daily, as Nancy Pelosi does, and as a very powerful woman, she needs to maintain that look. We all also agree that Gavin Newsom shutting down hair salons at this stage of the pandemic seems a little excessive. And we also agree that as the number 3 rated show on cable news, perks come along with that. And we all love our perks. We also know that each of us maybe has kind of gone astray when it comes to the regulation and maybe have let our mask slip down below our mouth on occasion. So we understand what Nancy did, and she's just like the rest of us, Greg. The only difference is she doesn't walk the walk.
Yeah.
Because she's a hypocrite.
Yeah. All right, well,
Hey,
Got through
Jesse,
that with no squeeze.
Jesse, hang on, Greg.
Yes.
Hey, Greg, I want to know what perks Jesse's getting. I'm not getting any perks. What's going on here?
Your life is a perk.
Tonight we want to introduce you to the woman Nancy Pelosi is blaming. Erica Kayas owns the now famous salon in San Francisco, and she joins us tonight. Erica, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nancy Pelosi claims on camera that you orchestrated a, quote, setup to entrap her into getting her hair blown out without a mask. Did you?
No, absolutely not.
How would you have done that? I mean, can you prove that this wasn't a diabolical setup designed to bring down the Speaker of the House by blow-drying her hair?
She had called the stylist or her assistant did and made the appointment. So
yes,
the appointment was already booked. So there's no way I could have set that up. And I've had a camera system in there for 5 years. I mean, I didn't go in there and turn cameras on as soon as she walked in to set her up. So that's absolutely false.
So Pelosi says that salons in San Francisco, and of course she lives there and she is the most powerful Democratic legislator in the world, but she says she understood that the restrictions allowed a one-on-one appointment in salons. What do you make of that?
I heard that and I thought to myself, well, as a hairstylist, I see clients one-on-one. So that would mean I would be open. Right?
Yes, sorry to laugh. Yes, that it would mean that. Are you open?
No.
What is that doing to you in your business?
For the past 6 months, we're pretty much done. I mean, we've lost at least 60% of our clients. I've lost the majority of my staff. So, 6 months is a long time to be closed down.
Yeah, no, it's too long.
Yeah.
So your business has been destroyed by this. How do you feel about seeing the most powerful woman in America come into your salon in violation of the rules she supports, get caught and then blame you for it?
To be honest, it was more hurtful. She's been coming in for quite a while, and just to see her come in, and especially not wearing the mask, that's what really got to me. But, this isn't even political. I mean, she's been coming in there. It's the fact that she actually came in and didn't have a mask on. And I just thought about, my staff and people not being able to work and make money and provide for their families. And if she's in there comfortably without a mask and feeling safe, then why are we shut down? Why am I not able to have clients come in? So it's been hard.
You're not making a political point. You're making a human point rooted in common sense. And what do you think? I don't know what the answer is. What do you think the answer is? Why can't, if Nancy Pelosi feels comfortable using your salon, why can't civilians use it?
Exactly, and I'll be honest, in our area in San Francisco, I mean, we're obviously the last county or city to not open. We've been trying to figure that out. We've been asking ourselves these questions for 6 months, for the past actually 4 months, of why we are not reopened. And it's kind of a good question. We, again, don't know.
Huh.